We here? Yeah, yeah. I'm right back at you like I never left, and I'm gonna go this hard to my last breath. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Consort Moon. You already know what you're gonna get when you step in this room. You're now dealing with Kanoom. Yeah, yeah. I'm here, and while I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah, yeah. Now, welcome back to Make My Ancestors Great Again. This is another episode of My Thoughts. This is My Thoughts 214, and it's no theme for the week. I'm just gonna let them fly. All right. So this is another My Thoughts. Let me let the ancestors speak, and we'll get straight to business.
There's one thing you have to get through your mind and keep it. Nothing that ever came from the European mind was meant to do anything but facilitate European domination of the world. And I said there's no exception.
Now, those are the ancestors. The gentleman speaking is Dr. John Henrik Clarke. Okay. A great ancestor, a wealth of knowledge. This man, he's probably read more books than any of the ancestors. I don't know that to be a fact, but the vast knowledge that he had of just continuous reading. I mean, he would quote stuff out of books that he read. I'm talking about things with volumes, 3 or 4 volumes, 6, 7 volume works, and things like that. Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of pages. So he had a enormous mind. He had a enormous safe, if you will, in reference of a bank with his mind. A treasure chest full of knowledge, wealth of knowledge, immeasurable. You couldn't measure it. What he's speaking about there, and I don't think people get that. It's very powerful to me. Nothing that ever came from the European mind was meant to do anything but facilitate European domination of the world, and there's no exception. Don't let that just fly over your head. I'm not playing that just because it sounds fly and all that. No, it's a fact. When the I'm speaking about the United States of America, North and South. Excuse me, I'm in North, but the Western world, period, which is the entire world, because the European controls the entire world. If not, he'll send his, his army there and make sure that it's ran accordingly. Sometimes he stick his nose in the world's business. That's a fact. I'm not speaking against America. I'm proud to be born here. Although my ancestors were brought here against against their will, several hundred years ago. So when the European created the police, what am I trying to say? Not the academy, but the whole police system, policing people. It was for their benefit. When they created the police, that was to make sure. They used to be called slave catchers. If any European lost what was theirs, the police would go and retrieve it. That's an example. Okay. When the European created the bullet, gunpowder, things like that, all these things he didn't create, but I'm saying it on a very um, shallow and cosmetic type of sense. Okay. When he decided to make sure that he made that gun and a bullet, he made it for his benefit. He knew that he would be a specialist in that gun. He knew that he would be a specialist in warfare because that's all he ever had. When the European created God, see, I'm speaking about all three major Western religions: Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. When he created that term God in all those books he gave you, he did that with the understanding of making himself that God. See, everything he created with European domination in mind. So now that he's God, you see, he's God. The world worships him. So don't let that fly over your head. It's very small and it's a short intro, but it's heavy, it's deep, just like the gentleman who sang it. That's not something that's just small and I play. It has a lot of meaning to it. So let's look at this video. I don't own it. You can find it wherever you can in its entirety and watch it. This is, I guess, they're having some type of Black History moment, and they presented this to the world. So it would have to be after the Super Bowl. Okay. So yeah, that was Black History Month. Let's look at the video. I don't own it. You can find it wherever you can and watch it in its entirety. And I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinion on it. If you feel like you want to do something for me, like and subscribe because it won't cost you a fee. I don't own it. This is a fair use act.
Lamar, backed up by the Lamar choreograph team. Serena in the house. Trinity, we welcome these icons to Trinity United Church of Christ for our Black History celebration.
African people. This is a damn shame. This is all that they present to the world as us having to celebrate in reference to celebration. Why they didn't run down the aisle with Kunta Kinte, him running and European men behind him whipping and beating him. Oh, we shouldn't bring that type of beating up, okay? Only time you can celebrate a person who was savagely beaten is a mythological, allegorical story that they created with a gentleman named Jesus the Christ. That's the only celebrated savage beating that you can speak about. So when I said, why didn't have Kunta Kinte running for his freedom? Europeans behind him can't quite catch him, and he run on off and make it to the podium and celebrate with the same dance movements and have a whole choreographed scene on that. Why didn't have that? They got Kendrick Lamar when found some, no disrespect to the brother, but when found some man full on barbecue, and he's hungry still because after the church, they're going to have some chicken. They always have some chicken, okay? Walking down the aisle with a Grammy in his hand and the microphone, and they playing Not Like Us, which was a diss song with pedophilic lyrics towards Drake, insinuating that he's a pedophile. This is the type of stuff you'll bring into the church house. Bring it right under the roof of God. Got Serena Crip walking and celebrating. See, this all went on at the Super Bowl. You see? But to have the children, the very people that he's insinuating that Drake would take advantage of, younger children, all playing and along to act. See? The fake is the new real. He faked the whole song. He said a couple things about some man. I heard him. I think they said Baka, whatever his name is. It's not about him in itself, but the whole song was an illusion. So fake is the new real. Drake, he didn't have any type of allegations of a court case that was filed against him, and he's on Megan Law and all this type of stuff. So the whole song was an illusion, and people put it up to the #1 spot. Fake is the new real. Continuing to go on, and where did they bring it? To the church, the fakest place on the planet. Put together and held together in a staple of the African community by our people. I didn't see Denmark Vesey standing there when all the people they were celebrating said this is a Black History celebration. I didn't see Nat Turner standing up there. I didn't see Tula from the Virgin Islands and all this type of stuff, the Caribbean islands standing up there. I didn't see Malcolm X, Khalid Muhammad. If you go on down the video, you can replay it. I seen Stevie Wonder, things of that nature. I don't know if that was supposed to be the gentleman Carl Lewis. I mean, this is all that you have to celebrate to the world. I didn't see Akhenaten. I didn't see Harriet Tubman. I didn't see a lot of people. I didn't even see John Henry Clark. He was voted as the top 100 greatest African Americans. So to celebrate foolishness in the house of what you call God, this is the best you have to offer to the world. This is a damn shame. And things like this should be taken to other forums. When they had a church picnic or a talent show, then you can bring this fat man up. Like I say, no disrespect, bro. Then you can bring the fat man up with his hat on, playing like somebody else, because it's always better to play like somebody else than it is to be yourself. They didn't have Akhenaten and King Tut up there. These people that put the play on didn't even know that that was their, these are their ancestors. They didn't know that. You see? They didn't have none of this stuff up there. They didn't have Ramesses up there. They didn't have anybody other than fools. And excuse me when I'm saying this, because I'm not saying that. Those are heroes, you know, they're valuable heroes. But Stevie Wonder, what he did for himself is unmatched to speak about. And I'm not saying that like that, but in terms of what you can give to the world, you had to fight against this, fight against that, things like that. They didn't have no powerful people up there. Okay, they didn't have, I didn't see Malcolm X. Like I say, I didn't see Khalid Muhammad up there. Stevie Wonder is a good name. I don't want to disrespect Stevie Wonder. So if it seemed like I disrespect him, I take it back. Because what he did is it should be a blueprint with Stevie Wonder as a blind man, and you can do this. And so with Ray Charles as well. But what I'm saying is, there's millions of people you can celebrate also. But when you don't know anything and all you know is theater, you have to bring on the entertainers who entertains the world to continue the furtherance of entertainment. The church is nothing but entertaining. Nothing of it is real. Not one bit of it. The man they preaching and mouth watering and foaming at the mouth and bending their knee and screaming and hollering to, a dead white man on the cross, don't even look like you. So I had a problem with that. Okay. That's my thoughts on the video. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Consul Moon. You already know what you're going to give me. You step in this room, you're now dealing with Kanoom. This is what I do. And I love to do it. And before I take back what I said, I add some more to it. This is not to take religion from you. You should take a closer look at it, though. If this is how they're going to be performed, this is buffoonery. Okay? This is silliness. This is to restore spirituality, which was taken from you at the time religion was given to you. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I thank you for watching. Education and preparation is the first step to retaliation. So before you pick up a weapon or a silly religion, pick up some knowledge. If you feel like you want to do something for me, like and subscribe, because it won't cost you a fee. And if anybody is offended by anything you heard, I mean every word. Yeah.